He's too focused on other food stuff over there, but I'm trying to get him to sit. Anyway, welcome back everybody. So today's video, stop being pushy, we're going to talk a little bit about Sully's home socialization skills, or lack thereof. Yes, you gotta talk to everybody. Speak. Good job. But before we get into all of that, no, this is not food. I just wanted to tell Joan, I got your card, and then Beth, I got yours too. I adore all the cattle dog stickers. Like, look at the little stickers. I about died when I opened it up and saw that you sent me some stickers too. So, and I love the note and the picture. And I also wanted to say thank you to Sue. You are going to start a fight in my house. No, this is what you keep trying to go after. This is mommy's. This bread is delicious. This cranberry bread. No, I'm eating it. I will fight you for this bread. And my husband almost ran off with the entire box when I opened it earlier. But as much as I don't want to share the bread, I probably will share the bread with my husband because he's amazeballs. And I have to share with you guys what he got me over the holidays. Isn't that wonderful? And then we got this one, which is very fitting for Sully. He definitely has that I do what I want attitude. But anyway, on to Mr. Man and his issues and his naughtiness. So many of you on this channel have been raising your puppies during, you know, the co-floofy, or you've been raising them right along Sully, which, as most of you know, we got Sully towards the end of the co-floofy. I'm trying to say that way so I don't get any marks against me or anything. And when we brought Sully home, you know, a lot of the restrictions were already being lifted at the time, but people were still too nervous to try to come over to help me socialize him. And, you know, after his surgery and everything, he's become extremely protective of this house. Like it's intense. And we've had a few visitors come over since his surgery, and each time when we're trying to practice socialization with him, it turns into this big barking, crazy, I'm gonna jump in the air, freak out moment. We always keep him on leash or put him in a kennel. Like, he cannot just greet people when they come into the house. It's just, he's too focused on, you know, intruder, stranger danger, I'm gonna go after them attitude. But after he does all that barking stuff, that kind of intimidates most people. Most people aren't into dog training. Most people aren't into dog behavior or trying to figure out how they work and things like that. You know, he does that screaming bark thing initially. They don't want to try with him. They don't want to try to get down to his level to offer treats or do anything like that. It's total fear. Not with everybody, but with some. But the last few times we've had a couple people over here, you know, just to come say hi during the holidays and stuff, I've had him on leash, and it's turned into more extreme wrestling matches with him than before. And I know somebody out there is going to say you shouldn't wrestle your dog when he's in that state of mind. But when it comes to his safety and their safety, I'm going to wrestle my dog to the ground and hold him back so nothing happens. Because when dogs get into that state of mind and they're not listening to anything you say, they're not listening to a clicker, they're not listening to, like, I'm talking nothing. Like, they go into that state of mind, it is sometimes really hard to snap them back out of it. So our most recent visit was from my mother-in-law, and she has met Sully previously before. She has actually, you know, sat on the couch with him, offered him cookies. They started building some sort of like relationship, but she hasn't seen him since before surgery. She refused to sit down at this visit, but we finally got him to calm down. But then Silver came into the room to greet her, and then he started barking at Silver, and the girls took it as, oh, we should protect grandma. So there was this big, you know, corral of dogs just, oh my God, it sounds like my walls are falling downstairs, sorry. So basically a piff was starting really quickly, you know, all protecting whatever they thought they were protecting. And even with him on leash, I got dragged into it, like literally dragged on the floor, because that's where we were sitting with him, was on the floor. And my mother-in-law stepped in to try to help separate things. And as soon as she did that, Sully turned and just nipped her right in the knee. And his canine got caught, and she got sliced open and had to go get stitches. So he definitely had a healer moment. After it happened, everybody kind of stopped. All the dogs were like, whoa, dude, you went too far. The whole point of me sharing this is, I mean, I guess for multiple reasons. You know, one, people say I'm too floofy about my cow dogs, like I make them out to be a cutesy dog. If you actually watch my videos, like I kind of do warnings in them about this breed. And I guess you can take this as maybe another warning if you're thinking about getting a cattle dog. Not that this is going to happen each time. I mean, this was like a specific situation where everything was too intense and it just happened. And thankfully it happened to somebody that knows dog behavior. My mother-in-law has done dog grooming and dog training too on her own, so she gets it. And another reason I'm sharing this is that I know a lot of people are struggling really bad with socializing their dogs at home. I've talked to so many people recently where they're going through the same thing I'm going through with Sully, where his socialization's bad at home or in certain instances, but he's great in other places. And the main reason I know he reacts the way he does is because he did not get good practice whatsoever with home socializing when he was a puppy. And for those of you who follow me, you know I've talked about this a few times before, where I was almost at a begging point to get people to come over to help me socialize them in the house. And that just didn't happen, you know, because of all the stuff. So I know a lot of you are struggling too with it. All the tips that I've done with trying to get him okay with it, whether it's kennel training or on the leash or doing trick training with strangers in the house, like none of it is working. And I even talked to the vet tech I used to work with today, because we had to go take him into the vet today to get paperwork filled out, you know, because since she had to go get stitches, we had to, you know, prove that he had his rabies shot, and he does. But I was talking to her about all this today, and she even said that everything we're doing is what she would be, like, we're kind of out of ideas. The only other thing she suggested to do is maybe take all the other dogs and lock them up and have him do one-on-one, because maybe his mentality is kind of like that group mentality of like, let's get whoever's in the house type thing. So that might be something we try in the future. My problem though now is, now that this has happened, you know, and word spread through our friends and family, it's now everybody's afraid. Nobody wants to come over for sure now. You know, now they had the excuse before of, you know, the co-floofing, and now they're too afraid of him. Since surgery, he is very much, do not come in our bubble. Like, if he's out at pet stores or out doing, you know, all the stuff I practiced with him as a puppy, he's totally fine. But you do not enter our bubble. Even somebody today tried to enter our bubble at the vet office as we were leaving. She asked if Sully was a blue heeler, and, you know, I said yes, and she immediately, like, tried to go up and grab him. I'm like, no, no, no. And he, thankfully, I was so proud. He actually walked backwards and looked at her like, no, this is my bubble. You know, and I've said before, I don't think any dog is too old to learn new tricks. I also think you can still teach a dog better behavior or new behavior no matter what. The problem is it gets tougher once it sets in, especially with cattle dogs. When they think a certain way, it's really hard to change that behavior, and that is what we're struggling with home socialization. I can say I'm not afraid of anybody coming into my house and not getting injured by him. Like, this is his. I mean, he definitely fits the bill of this breed being protective, and it's not that my girls aren't protective. Like, Cleo will mess you up, especially if you're a child that's irritating her. Like, she's as well socialized as she was with kids. She has become really irritated by them on our walks, probably because they enter the bubble. You just do not enter the bubble with cattle dogs. It's probably why I love them so much. I don't want you entering my bubble either. If that is his one issue, where we cannot have him around people at home, I'm fine with it. He could live the rest of his life being put in a kennel or another room or something until I find people willing to work with him with me. But the way things are going, I don't see socialization coming back to this house anytime soon, because things are just, everything's stupid still. Stupid stuff, you know? And just to answer these questions in case they get asked, am I getting rid of him? Hell no. There is no way I am getting rid of my dog just for one little bite. Well, it was more than a little bite. I mean, it was a slash. But we are not the type of people that will just get rid of an animal after one bad incident. I know that's the choice for some, which is fine. You have to do you. That's not happening here. If that was the case, we would have gotten rid of a lot of cats a long time ago. Which should answer the next question that might come up. Am I going to put him down? Absolutely not. I'm not required to by the city. All they wanted to know was that, you know, was he vaccinated? He was. I just really wish he could have gotten the socialization my girls did. Like, even though, you know, Clea changed on her socialization and Gypsy stayed the social butterfly she is, it would have been nice if he would have gotten that much attention. But, you know, we just live in a stupid world right now. They are a tough breed to raise. Like I think I've been very clear on that. Like they take a lot of time and a lot of work, but the companionship and loyalty is worth all of it. But this stuff can happen. And honestly, cattle dog or not, this stuff can happen with any breed. Like we were just at a family member's house a couple weeks ago, and their dog was locked up the whole time, and I had to ask my husband, I was like, why is the dog locked up? Is there a reason? Apparently that dog goes around and just bites everybody. And my brother-in-law even had a dog like that too, that he had to keep locked up because it would just go up and snap. Like, especially if you had food near you, he would get very possessive of his family and food. So it's not just this breed. But I just wanted to share all this with you guys because I think it's important to share all the good and the bad when it comes to raising cattle dogs. Raising any dog for that matter, but especially cattle dogs because, you know, all the chaos. It's official, his home socialization skills are worthless. Like, we'll see what happens in the future, but like I said, right now it's, yeah, we have no friends. No, like me. And my best advice is if you've tried things I've suggested for, you know, home socializing and you're in the same boat, just lock them up. Just, yeah, put them in a kennel, put them in another room. Yeah, just... If you're at the point where I'm at, just don't do it. Don't bother. I probably shouldn't say that because we all want to try to make our dogs better behaved. So I guess I should say until you find the right people to help work with you on training your dog, lock them up. But that is it for today's video. Remember, hang in there, guys. These raptors are tough little babies to raise. So hang in there. Do what you can. Remember, personality plays a part in all of it. And just try your best for these babies. That's all we can do with any dog. But anyway, remember to click like and subscribe and the notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye. Are you okay, Mr. Man? Are you okay? Oh, and he's 41 pounds now, by the way. I'm getting to be a big boy finally. Yes, you are.